Welcome guys to another styling session. Guys, today we are going to do a double invisible fishtail braid to the back on short locks. Like my comment, share to your friends and stay locked up to the end. So we are going to do double invisible fishtail braid which will come all the way to the back. So our finishing kick, guys, is gonna be at the nape area. So let's begin, and this is how you do the invisible fishtail braid. Guys, remember that we have many tutorials on how to do the fishtail braids on the channel. You can go back on the channel and have a look. We have visible fishtail braid. Now we are going to do invisible fishtail braid, and we also have inverted fishtail braids tutorials on the channel. You can revisit the channel for such. So let's kick off by subdividing the lock strands into two. That way. After this area, you just need to be keen on this, guys, because we are not going to dwell so much on this. Now, since that we have been giving many tutorials on how to do the fishtail braids, it has turned out to be kind of a quick style. So you just need to master how to, to match the lock strands in order to bring that rhythm while doing your styling. Now remember that the lock strands are short, so you need to see how you can manage short locks while giving ultimate look. So let's begin quickly. Our fishtail braid is gonna pass at this level all the way to the back. So how do we do so? We begin by interlacing the lock strands. Pick the first lock strand that way. The second one will come under. Then the third lock strand will still come under. That way. Once it goes under the two strands, you flip it and let it come over back to where it originated from. And if there is no any other lock strand on both sides, just to to give that rhythm, you can choose to do the lock strand twice. Let it go twice, guys, that way, just to catch up with the rest of the lock strands on the way. So upon reaching this part, you realize that now we have lock strands on both sides. Pick the lock strand from the right side, let it come under. And why are we picking from the right side and not the left side? Because the lock strand on our pattern, you can have a look, guys, we have two strands on this side and one strand on this side. And since we are doing invisible fishtail braid, which comprises of lock strands which pass underneath the styling, the fishtail braid styling, we need to go under from the right so that the lock strand can come over to the right side. That way now you'll be balancing both sides. And you continue the sequence by picking strands, letting such strands come under that way, then over to where the hand originated from, just to complete the patterns. That way, guys, pick another section, let it come under, then over. You see? That's how you do the invisible fishtail braid. It's very simple. I hope, guys, you're catching up. To our beginners, I hope I'm trying to be as much slow as possible. When there are challenges that you might face whenever you're doing the fishtail braid, and most of those challenges are that you might not come into contact with lock strands at times, which closes up the gaps. So let's do this lock strand twice so that we can catch up. Remember, the lock strand originated from this side, then it went over once. Then we need to redo the lock strand once more so that we can catch up, since we need to, to cross this gap. So let's pick strand from this side, let it come under, then over. Remember guys, this is just a quick way and simplified way on how you can come up with this kind of styling. Can I have a look? The fishtail braid has already started forming. So pick section from this side, let it come under, then over. So you can choose to go over once, and at times you'll be forced to go over then under once more, so that you can cross the gaps. You understand? That way guys. Remember to keep the lock strands, the gapping of the lock strands consistent, so that you can bring in that rhythm. So let's pick another section, this time round from this side. Just go over once. Where need be, you can go over twice. Pick another strand from the left side. That way, you see how our fishtail braid is forming. Guys, you need to be keen on this, because we are not going to repeat. And you need to like my work, comment, keep on subscribing if you are new on my channel, and stay locked for more tutorials. That way. You can as well guys choose to support the channel by joining membership. I need to go under, then over the left side, so that you can utilize the lock strand from the right side. That's how you play around with the patterns. Where need be, you can go over once. Then let's pick lock strands from underneath as well, incorporate them to the fishtail braid. That way, as you move on and on and on, pick lock strands. That way. Be mindful of the gapping, guys, how the lock strands are coming under. That's now another thing you should be keen on. That way. So let's pick additional lock strands as we move on. That way. You can choose to support the channel by joining membership. This is how my fishtail braid looks like. And if you can have a closer look, you might note that on my right side, the lock strands seems to be less than the lock strands on the left side. But I'm going to show you a quick way on how you can balance the lock strands. In order to balance this portion, we can pick some few strands. Let's pick 3 strands from underneath. Let's pick 2. I've just picked these 2 strands. Can I have a look guys at the center? So I've picked these 2 strands and have already incorporated such strands to the right side. Why? Because we want to increase the volume on the right side so that it can rhyme with the volume from the left side. That way. So let's go on, pick additional lock strands and row up. Remember, when we are doing the fishtail braid, we usually draw a finger 8, or else you can choose to, to overlap the lock strands once. Where need be, guys, don't hesitate, just draw a finger 8. That way, as you move on and on and on, pick additional lock strands, incorporate them to the styling. That way. At times you realize that I'm going over once, and at times I'm trying to, to draw a finger 8, thereby going over, under, then over once more, just to keep on balancing the styling. So whenever we are doing the invisible fishtail braid, guys, we try as much as possible to pass the lock strands under the styling. Now that's the invisible fishtail braid, because you can't see where the lock strands are coming from. Whenever we are doing the visible fishtail braid, now the lock strands in that case overlap and come from outside the styling. Thereby now, through that process, you can be able to tell where each and every lock strand is coming from. But on this particular, invisible fishtail braid, guys, we usually draw the lock strands from underneath the fishtail formation. That way, very simple, guys, for our beginners. I hope you're catching up. Kindly consider sharing my tutorials to your friends so that they can impart themselves with some knowledge as pertains dreadlocks styling. So guys, you can as well choose to support the channel by joining membership. I want to thank all my channel members. Stay blessed for choosing to support my channel up to this very far. So thank you guys, thank you members for choosing to support my hard work. And if you wanna support my channel, if you are new on my channel, guys, click the join button and join membership as a way of supporting the channel. So after this level, and have a look how our fishtail braid is coming through. This is truly amazing, guys. Let's go on. Remember, our lock strands are short, and after this part you can see how the lock strands have started behaving. So we need to be keen on this part. So just pick additional lock strands from underneath as you go on and on and on. Where there are no lock strands to pick, you can choose to pick one of the lock strands from the sectioning, that is from the section parts. Pick it from underneath, let it come over. That way. I'm gonna pick another lock strand from underneath the styling, let it come over. That way. So you move on and on. So where need be, draw a finger eight shape just to keep the braid going on and on and on. That way. We said, so we are approaching the finishing part, and this is where the sensitive part is. So you need to align your lock strands in a way so that you can beautify your braid all the way to the end. So upon reaching this part, guys, you realize that the length of the lock strands has just depleted. So we are just going to secure at this level. That's how our fishtail braid has just ended. As you can see, I've gone ahead and did another invisible fishtail braid at the left side. So we began by doing an invisible fishtail braid at the right side, which was a slowed down version. So there was no need of, implicating the same on the left side. There are some few strands which seems to be lying loose on the scarf surface. As you can have a closer look, guys, the parting half to this part seems to be somehow consistent. Now from this part onwards, there seems to be some disruption. That's why I've left out these three strands, which seems to be at the middle part. So we are just going to manage these three strands by doing a cornrow at this part. So let's do that, guys, before we wind up and secure the ending tips. I will have to do a simple 3-strand braid. That way, just do a simple 3-strand braid up to that level. Just finish up to that level. You see, our traditional 3-strand braid will be lying low at this part. So up to this level, I will just incorporate the strands to the fishtail braid. Let's secure these tips here. You can have a look how our transformative look has come out. This is an invisible fishtail braid, which is made up of double, braids, and our locks were short. You can have a look at the finishing part, how the braids have just overlapped and created that V shape, which looks very nice, guys. And you can have a look on this side. I understand that we began by doing this side. This is the right side, and it was a slow down version just for the sake of our beginners. Guys, there are more tutorials about these kind of styles on my channel. I kindly request you to go back on my channel, have a look at this those kind of tutorials, and if possible, consider sharing to your friends. So on the left side, there was no need to show because it was just a repetition of what we were doing on the right side. So I understand that I also elaborated further as to why we left out these strands here. They seem to be off the pattern, so we needed to pick the strands from that area, try as much as possible and create another braid there so that we can keep our style balanced. So as our finishing kick, guys, before we go around and do the hot oil spray, and this is our finished look, guys. Can I have a look? This is wow. This is amazing. It's truly amazing. Both sides as we go around. It's a nice look, guys, which can be worn by ladies on all sectors, that is the informal and formal sectors. You just need to balance the lines. Now that way you'll be creating an intricate style which can suit all errands. Thank you guys for watching my tutorial to the end. I hope my tutorial was quite informative. Kindly consider sharing my work to the world. Like my work, comment, and stay locked for more tutorials to come. Thank you.